also SlytheWarrior. He's a new reviewer who started a new series called Pop Culture's Worst. It's similar to Rock's Regretting the Past series, instead he focuses on pop culture in general rather than just albums. Well, he started off a series by reviewing Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water, which is the third studio album by Limp Bizkit. Now look, I'm not making this video because I'm a Limp Bizkit fan, and I need to defend the honor of the Chocolate Starfish. Rather, it's because I saw a few issues in this video that I wish to address. Now, in the case that Sly actually watches this video, let me just say that this video isn't an attack against you, it's just a criticism against the original video. And hey, maybe you can take a few of these critiques. So without further ado, let's begin.
There are many things in pop culture that we all know and love from the past 30 or so years. Whether it be with TV shows, music, video games, there's always something that you gotta look forward to within those 3 decades. However, as you look past those decades, you start to question, why were some of these things really popular? Because they were awful. And whenever we realize that, that's when we should regret the past. Whew.
Okay, let's get the obvious thing out of the way. You plagiarized some of Rock's review of the same album. And no, it's not because you're simply covering the same album from the first episode in your series, similar to how Rock did. Heck, you could have started the series off with the same album and still brought something new to the table. But my complaint comes from mainly the things you say that are extremely similar to Rock's review. Here's some examples, including the one I just played.
We all have our favorite albums, the ones we know and love and will continuously listen to for the rest of our lives. But then there are also those iconic albums in many genres that sold millions of copies, everyone loved, everyone knew of, and now we're probably pretty ashamed to admit they were part of our culture because they were awful. And this is why we should be regretting the past.
But unfortunately, after they were able to make it to the top with their sophomore album, Significant Other, they were able to do it again, and release their third album under the name Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Everyone, including their dad, thought it was a joke, but frontman Fred Durst himself was telling the truth. As a matter of fact, he was even referring to himself as Chocolate Starfish.
But after charting a massive amount of success and airplay from the album's Significant Other, the band announced the title to their third studio album, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Everyone thought he was joking about the title when Fred Durst announced it, but he was telling the truth. In fact, Fred Durst even refers to himself as a chocolate starfish.
This is just a basic and robotic intro. Let's just move on to the rest of the album.
Just a basic robotic intro, nothing special. Let's move on with the rest of the music.
You better get some better beats and get some better rhymes.
Get some better rhymes? How about we actually look at the lyrics in this song? Okay, just let's look at it.
Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up while we fuck this track up.
That's not rap! He's not rhyming or putting it into sync with the beat. That doesn't count.
You better get some better beats and get some better rhymes.
Really? Get some better rhymes? Let's just look at some of the lyrics of this song rolling itself, you know? Let's see what the rhymes are like here.
Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up while we fuck this track up.
How is that rap? That's not even rhyming, it's just repeating the same word. That doesn't count.
Look, I get you were inspired by Rock to make this review, but it would be better if you actually brought something new to the table. That way it can be your review, not a copy of Rock's review.
What are we looking at?
My private parts.
But just like what Rock did, I'll be looking at an example that is no better to start off with than Limp Bizkit.
Whoa boy, seriously, this audio balancing is pretty bad. Like, there are times in the video where you're commenting over the visuals, and then your voice gets incredibly quiet. When you cut to the music, I'm getting ear raped vigorously. My suggestion is to adjust your audio to where both you and the music are basically at the same volume.
We fuck the fight, fuck the walk, fuck the talk, eat the, cock?
Welcome to the jungle, punk. Take a look around. It's Limp Bizkit fucking up your town.
I mean, are you sure about that? Because I think all I hear is just whining.
Was he? I mean, all I got from that line was that Fred was announcing that Limp Bizkit was there. There wasn't any really whining lyrics in that part you just played, unless you're referring to the whole song, which in that case, you might want to play the part of the song where it actually shows whining. This is actually a problem in segments when he reviews Full Nelson and It Will Be Okay, where he claims the song to be whiny, but plays a part of the song that doesn't show any whiny lyrics. I mean, there are parts of the song that can actually be interpreted as whiny, so it would be better if you actually used the part of the song that showed that he was whining.
Hi, Billy Mays here with
Dumb fabric.
dedicated to you, Ben Stiller. You are my favorite motherfucker.
I told you, didn't I?
Drama makes the world go around. Does anybody
I know I've been heavily critical over the first few seconds of these songs, but these few seconds are important to keep me engaged. If I hear some hidden love banner between Fred Durst and Ben Stiller, I can't get into it.
It's a good ship, but I personally like Fred Durst x Kyoku 94.
We each should be embracing our true talent. And that is... cock!
Dead from all the loneliness, and this is how I feel. Understanding everything.
I mean, it's no Elena Siegmund's the one, but like, no.
This is definitely where everything starts to flatline, and the songs seem to sound similar and not distinct from each other.
Really? I mean, this song is more melodic than the previous songs, which were pretty much heavy rap rock songs, so no, if this is a song where the album begins to flatline and just recycles elements from old songs, this is not really a good example of it.
I bet you anything I can literally take the lyrics from the previous song and find a way to put them into this one, and it won't sound any different.
You don't say. Well, why don't I just...
Cause I don't give a fuck, living life in the fast lane. I'm just a crazy motherfucker, living it up, not giving a fuck, living life in the fast lane.
I believe that you and me, we could be so happy and free inside a world of misery. And I believe that you and me, we can be so inside of you, inside of me. 'Cause this could be the one.
Now, notice the changes in the lyrical themes. You'll notice that Living It Up's lyrics and the One's lyrics are completely different.
We are the cutie mark knickers.
Yes. Millennium shit.
Yeah, terrible Millennium stuff.
No, actually, amazing Millennium junk.
And I'm in charge of costumes. No.
This is a good song,
Looks like I'ma do everything myself.
and they screw up again with some stupid trap and stuff.
It's honestly amazing that Fred Durst has the ability. Like seriously, I swear dude, I bet you anything this guy invented trap rap, and because of that, I'ma find this kid.
Like seriously, you can't tell me that's not where they got it from. Like, oh my. Fred Durst inspired Little Pump and Jake Paul and all those stupid trap artists. You can't make this up.
Wait, what? Where did you get that from? Boiler sounds nothing like artists like the ones you mentioned, mainly because the genres are completely freaking different, but details. So, where are you getting this idea that he inspired trap music from? And that's all I pretty much have to say on the matter. I won't give final thoughts because, honestly, I think what I said just speaks for itself. So anyways, this has been Slayer, signing out.
Living life in the fast lane. I'm just a crazy motherfucker, living